To Moca's Nola bells and bows, where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down, yeah. Real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no clout to chase, just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Moca got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role, just show a real and you already home. Pull up to the bells and bows like a Sunday seed. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section, just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Mocha, don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Mocha got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Mocha ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. No la bell, no la boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, all love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role to show a real and you already home. Mocha said that to every bell in the space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another live stream. We've crossed the hump, and we've made it half the week, and that in itself is a blessing. We're here for round 2 tonight, guys. And we were all sitting on pins and needles. Tomorrow, Jarvis Butts goes for sentencing. Y'all saw the title and y'all saw the thumbnail. Jarvis Butts sentencing is tomorrow. And the question is, will Shannon and Annette speak? Here I am, Your Honor. Here I am. Tomorrow, guys, everything changes. But who will speak if they're allowed to speak? Tomorrow, we know that courtroom is going to feel strange to some. Y'all know how courtrooms get. When everybody inside it already knows the moment has finally arrived. Tomorrow won't be about rumors, speculations, none of that. That's the moment where the judge lays it down and said, this is the sentence. That plea deal has been looked over and accepted by that judge. The paperwork has already been signed long before this day arrived. That judge took his good time and looked over everything that came across that bench. But tomorrow is where everything is supposed to come to a head the right way. But that's not what we're seeing here. The story has already been written. The story has already been written. And they got us on that train, the go along to get along train. That story was written 2 years ago. Sometimes sentencing days in situations like this, they have the door open for people to speak. And I wonder, will they kick that door open and ask Shannon to stand up in that courtroom and say something on tomorrow? I wonder if they're going to kick that door open on tomorrow and ask Annette to stand up and say something with her glasses on this time. Because when people connected to a case start talking in court, things can shift real fast. Do they want it to come out? Or do they want them to sit there and stay mute? So tonight, we're going to sit in that moment that every courtroom case eventually reaches. The calm before the storm. And that's what we're looking at. Everybody's hearts, their tears, their care, their concern, and love for Naziyah has been so invested in this. And it breaks our heart to see things unfold the way they have been unfolding. But what is that for us to expect when we're dealing with what we're dealing with? So guys, we're going to get into this thing. I see y'all coming up in here. I see y'all. Each and every one of you, I see you. Welcome to the porch, where the porch light stays on. Nola Bells and Nola Bows, cousins and friends. We have a discussion going on tonight. If you've not already hit that like button, please hit the like button for your girl. Share out the live, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure you double tap those emojis to the right, like your life depends on it. So YouTube knows that we're sitting on the porch tonight. Shout out to the mods that's holding the porch down tonight. Even everybody that's watching from the bushes. Y'all in the bushes, come on, step into the light. You already here. Just do the right thing. Before I get into this conversation, I just want everybody to know this live stream is my commentary, your commentary. Our opinion is based on publicly available information. And this discussion tonight is protected under the Copyright Act of 1976 for commentary and reporting. We're in here and we're giving commentary. That's it and that's all. So let's move on and do what we came here to do tonight. And that is to have a conversation. Let me see something real quick, chat. If y'all here and we're looking for justice for Naziyah, because the rest don't matter. They didn't care about Naziyah, so we don't care about them. That's it and that's all. So if we're here tonight and we're still rallying and we feel it deep in our heart that we want what's best for Naziyah justice all day long, drop some eyes, flood this chat with eyes and justice scales for this baby. Because this baby deserves more than what she's been getting. She deserves more than what she's gotten from Detroit. So Nola Bells, Nola Bows, cousins and friends, flood this chat tonight with eyes and justice scales for Naziyah. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. Naziyah, we see you, baby. We see you. And it don't stop here. Tomorrow does not seal the deal. Tomorrow does not finalize the end of this. Because we already see the direction that they're going with it. And we ain't going. We don't mind taking U-turns. We ain't stopping, so we may yield. But we ain't going. Because this I want you all to understand from what we see and from what we've saw and where we are today, this shit has been scripted from the very beginning. The very beginning. I appreciate each and every one of you all for showing love for Naziyah up in here. Those justice scale and those eyes mean everything, baby. Everything. We're going to get started with one thing that we cannot debate. One thing that cannot be debated, and that is tomorrow. Jarvis Butts will be sentenced. Is it the sentence that we're looking for, wishing for, hoping for, or wanting? No. Because there's still no Naziyah. And whose fault is it? Chat. Who's at fault? I need y'all gonna walk with me through this tonight. Whose fault is it that there's no justice for Naziyah? Whose fault is it? Y'all don't need options. Y'all been on this wave right along with me. I could call out a bunch of people. I could call out name by name by name as to whose fault it is that there's no justice for Naziyah. Tanya said it's Kim Worthless' fault. Saya, I see you, boo. Annette and Shannon's fault. Kimberly Earl says all of their damn fault. Simone says everybody goddamn fault. Dorothy Ann said it's the system's fault, the family's fault. Should I keep naming CPS, DPD, DPS? The family is all their fault. Nobody loved this child. We got to call it for the way we see it. Red, I see you, baby. Welcome. We got to call it for what we see it. From everything that we've been shown and told from the beginning of this thing, nobody showed a bit of care for this baby. Big Mama, I see you, my love. Big Mama said the family fault for not making the prosecutor and attorneys stand on business. Absolutely. Absolutely. That family failed big time. And when I say family, let me make a few clarifications. I am not only speaking on Shannon, Annette, and Marquita. No, Moca's not going to stop there. Moca's going to call it for what the hell it is. All that extra energy that extended family came out here with. We have to say it for what it is. You got all that energy for you too. You should have had all of that energy for justice for Naziyah. But then I understand, because there have been moments where y'all publicly came out here and say, she's not my child. She's not my child, but y'all want us to hear the bullshit that y'all talking. That's not what family do. And y'all proved what type of family you really are. If it don't benefit you, you want no parts of it. Y'all want the spotlight to share lies, rumors, all while backing up like crabs to clear your part. Backing up like crabs not to own the part that you played. Y'all all are guilty. And we're not going to forget Naziyah's mom. I don't give a damn what her issue is. Right? Ain't that much substance abuse in the world that's going to keep me from being vocal about mine. Absolutely not. Y'all have been making excuses for this baseball bat leg having woman for years. 2 years, and she's still not come to the surface. You could chase getting high. You could chase robbing people. You could chase everything in the world, but you could not chase justice for your child. The excuses y'all made for her, they're as piss poor as y'all are. Because y'all have to make it make sense. Naziyah couldn't defend Naziyah. Naziyah had to do what every grown-up told her to do. Rather it was Shannon, Annette, Marquita, or any adult in that baby's existence. She had to do what she was told to do. And by being told to do, this is where we are today. She followed instructions. And had y'all taught her better, had y'all raised her better, had y'all stood in the gap for children that couldn't defend themselves, we would be in a better place today. So all y'all are guilty. Jarvis Butts is guilty. Oh, yes, he is. But one thing we have to understand is this did not start with Jarvis Butts. It started with y'all. But tomorrow it ends with Jarvis Butts. Definitely it does. Sentencing tomorrow. Sentencing tomorrow is where the corruption ends. And they claim the consequences begin. No, that's not where the consequences begin, because Naziyah has been suffering consequences all her life. For this baby has been accepting consequences for a hand she never dealt herself. You people are pathetic. And y'all gonna be satisfied with whatever happens in that courtroom tomorrow, claiming justice? That's not justice. And y'all are as illiterate as I've always assumed if y'all think that's justice. And maybe, just maybe, Moca, they feel that is justice because they know something that they think the world don't know. Maybe they didn't advocate. Maybe they didn't push buttons. Maybe they didn't dig deeper. Maybe they didn't look harder because Annette told them at the press conference exactly where Naziyah was. Maybe that's why nobody moved. Maybe that's why nothing was shaken. Maybe that's why they didn't put a whip to the horse. Maybe that's why. And I'm going to say it over and over and over again. Anybody with their right understanding, their right minds, and their mental intact. When Annette did that press conference, she spoke to somebody. And I don't need y'all telling me she spoke to Jarvis Butts, because it was not Jarvis Butts that Annette spoke to in that press conference. Y'all don't know why y'all took her. Y'all don't know what's going on. Naziyah might be in trouble. But that came from a concerned grandmother. No words of bring her home. No words of please bring her home. So who was Annette speaking to? But everybody wants to close their eyes, turn their head, and pretend that part never happened. Beefy, I see you, my love, and I appreciate you for stopping by. Everybody want to turn a blind eye. Like that part didn't matter. Well, damn it, if it didn't matter to you, guess what? It matters to Moca, because that told a story without telling a story. But what I don't understand is, why isn't DPD, the prosecutor's office? Better yet, the defense was supposed to be there for the righteousness of it all. Why didn't it bring that part out? Moca, I'm going to tell you why, Moca. Yes, and I'm talking in the third person, y'all. They're all working together. They know exactly what it is. Everybody playing a game. Everybody. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Absolutely, Bubeka. This is crazy. But we're not supposed to see that part. We're not supposed to see it like it never existed. Kim Worthers, you ain't no better. You ain't no better, ma'am. You sitting up there, I got my man. I got my man. Let's be honest with the people before Mocha break it down a little bit more before we face them people tomorrow. You got your man, but you didn't get your man for the disappearance of Naziyah. Let's be truthful. Let's throw it all on the damn table. You didn't get your man for Naziyah's disappearance. You got your man because you dropped the ball years ago. Because those people told you to let him go. Those people told you don't put stipulations on him. Those people told you he didn't need a tracker. Those people also told you he didn't need to register. Those very same people that told you that are the very same people that told you, we're going to wrap this package up nicely with the boat, but we got to take it in baby steps. Go ahead on in front of the people and tell the people we got our man. And he knows what time it is because he's worked with us before. He's part of the enterprise. And as long as we keep money in your pocket, as long as we keep you afloat in Detroit and making you relevant, you know what it is. You have to go along with these rules. Now, once the money stops, your position in the office has expired. So if you want to stay relevant, and if you want to stay the big dog that's not for your people, doing the most, you're going to abide to all these rules. So you came across with those fake ass, old ass grape kits that you uncovered. Why did you do that? Why was that your focus when so many other things was going on in that city? You had a point to prove to the people that had you on payroll, the people that's keeping you where you are. So this is bigger than a Jarvis Butts, ladies and gentlemen. This is bigger than a Shannon and an Annette, ladies and gentlemen. This is bigger. And I hope you all see it unfolding in real time. Make me understand something. How do we go from I got my man to preliminary hearings, to court appearance after court appearance after court appearance, to never, ever, ever selecting a jury? Never. We had no intentions on selecting a jury because we already know what's about to happen. They didn't know Jarvis would accept that plea deal. And because they should have not known he was going to accept that plea deal, the jurors should have already been sitting there waiting on him. But, hello, ladies and gentlemen, there was never a juror selection. Have you all noticed that? I'll wait. I'll wait. Yes, Lord, I'm going to wait. And we all could talk about it. Because why was there no jurors? Nobody told y'all that it wouldn't be no trial. But y'all knew. Y'all knew exactly when to drop what y'all wanted to drop. It was a play. It was a damn play. And I don't know if I'm the only one seen it. I don't know if I'm the only one that's seen it, because Moca really want to know, Detroit, why was there no jury selection? Because that should have happened long before the plea offer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. See, I told y'all. Moca don't come out here swinging on shit that they put out there. I look at the shit that they're not putting out there. But we were supposed to not pick up that there were no jurors. Then a source said, Jarvis said, he threw her body in the river. Jarvis didn't tell that to you. Jarvis didn't tell that to me. Jarvis did not tell that to the news reporter. And Jarvis, the prosecutor, didn't say Jarvis told it to them. The defense didn't say Jarvis told it to them. So who was the source? Why would the source tell the news people Jarvis said to them? Who is the source, Kim? Y'all got to make it make sense. And now he done told y'all he just flicked her in the river. Then prosecutor come right back. Well, look, if you said, Mr. Butts, if you said you threw her in the river, Mr. Butts, this is what we need from you, sir. Yes, sir. This is what we need from you, sir. Sir, we need for you to put it on paper truthfully. We need you to put it on paper, Mr. Butts, truthfully, where she is. LaCondra, I see you, my girl. Welcome, boo. So how do you expect this to play out? Somebody like a Jarvis Butts to truthfully put on paper where she is. So y'all not going to play with us, because one of the things a smart person would have said, which is us, if you could tell me truthfully where she supposedly is, then truthfully you should be able to tell me what happened before she got to the river. You should also be able to tell me truthfully what happened along the way. How did she end up there? Who helped you? Who was there? Because y'all presented, y'all came out and said it was more than one DNA. So who else was there with you, sir? But we're crazy. We're crazy. But y'all want us to buy this shit? No way. No way. No way. This is a badly, poorly written movie that's not even fit for Tubi. And again, like I said, the order in which things happened, everybody had a role to play, and they've played it till the end. Tomorrow they feel the slate is clean because now they don't have to play cat and mouse anymore. And as they play the cat and mouse game, as they play the cat and mouse game, Jarvis Butts is going to disappear out of the system just like them charges. Just like them charges. Y'all may come back to me years from now. Moca, you said that. Tomorrow that courtroom is going to be sitting there like it, pretending everything is normal. That judge going to sit on that bench like everything is normal. But we know the role you play, sir. Those attorneys are going to be sitting there flipping through fake paperwork like it's normal. Everybody's going to sit there acting calm like they got it under control, y'all. But underneath all that fake ass courtroom professionalism, they're nervous. They're nervous because they know there's another lie that they're presenting to the world. And tomorrow is people like you, people like me, is going to be watching that courtroom very carefully. Not just for the sentence, y'all. Not just for the sentence. But we are going to be watching to see if they allow anybody to say something. Because when people connected to a case this delicate, this strong, sometimes they decide to speak in court. Sometimes it could change the entire tone of that room, of that moment. But look at the people that we're talking about, a Shannon, a Annette, anything connected to the Harris Gamble name. But we have to be honest with ourselves about reality. This case has never been simple. This case has never been quiet. This case has never been straightforward. There's been questions on top of questions on top of goddamn questions that has never been answered. There's been rumors. And you know where those rumors come from? The rumors come from the exact family that failed this baby. We got to call it for what it is. They're out here pointing fingers at one another. People out here saying absolutely nothing. And that's the family's doing. But then tomorrow, all of that same stupid ass energy walks into the courtroom facing Jarvis Butts. He would have not accepted that plea deal if her name was Becky, PJ. You're absolutely right. He would have never. Now, that badass energy is going to walk in that courtroom tomorrow. Now, the judge, right? Being that we know how the judge moves, signed the plea deal, which should have never been done. So we already got a mental picture of what we working with the judge. I'm looking at this judge as being the type that's just going to read the sentence and move on. Sometimes a courtroom gives space for people to make statements, victim impact statements. And I've seen moments where these victim impact statements, they talk about pain, Talk about the damage that can't be undone. And sometimes some people just don't say nothing. They just rather remain quiet. Because sometimes when you have that much pain, silence can speak just as loud as words can. So the question is, if Shannon, let me ask y'all, do y'all believe anywhere's in your heart, since we've been looking for justice, do y'all believe that Shannon or Annette will speak in that courtroom tomorrow? Or if anybody from the Harris Gamble clan is going to go try, Moca emphasized try to represent. If y'all feel like somebody's going to speak, give us justice signs, flood this chat with justice. If y'all believe that courtroom is going to stay quiet and that judge say ain't no damn body speaking, give me some zip lips. Give me some zip lips. Nobody. Let me tell you why Moca believe nobody. I don't give a damn. Nobody should speak. Speak for what? What could you say about this baby? What could you say? The Colonel, zip them lips, boo. What could you say about this baby? Everything that you should have said, you didn't say. Everything that you could have done, you didn't do. Everything that you could have prevented, you did not make forth an effort. So going up there with the victim impact statement, if it ever happens, you all best believe it's for show. It's for show. Because if you really knew Naziyah, let me take it there. If they really knew Naziyah, they would have known of her pain. They would have known what this baby had been going through all of her life. They would have known this child was violated when she was first violated. But when you raise them in a bad environment, when you raise them to keep secrets, when you raise them to hide and shelter hurt and pain, this is the outcome. But if you were a responsible, loving, nurturing adult that provided a safe haven and spoke to these children, hey, baby, if something is going wrong, feel free to talk to me. And that's what I'm saying. Extended family members, don't just laugh, party, and play with them when it's convenient for you. You laugh, party, and play because you want to be a part of the social network while watching these children suffer in silence. So in the real world, in reality, as of tomorrow, nobody should want to stand there and say shit on that child. Absolutely not. Peaches, thank you so very much for supporting the channel, my love. Absolutely not. And the reason people keep circling back to Shannon and Annette is because their names ain't just floating around this case for no reason. People are watching them closely because too many questions have been sitting in Annette's wig for too long. Too many questions have been sitting with Shannon and her paraphernalia and her lemon drops for too long. Too many questions have been sitting with Marquita and her man that paints for too long. Too many people have failed these children. And then Shannon is attached to this story in the worst way. But Annette and Shannon both spoke in a preliminary, and they failed miserably. No emotion. Lied about everything. Let me see what y'all saying. I see y'all cutting up in this chat, but let me see exactly what y'all are saying, people. Let me see what y'all saying. Cornell wants to know. Cornell, you from Detroit, bruh. You should know how these people operate. Cornell says, so why don't they take away the plea deal if they can't find a body? Cornell, is a script. It's a script. Because Cornell, in the real world, they should have never offered him a plea deal. Ever. I see you all. Welcome to the chat, guys. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This makes no sense. Annette, Shannon, and the crew. Hey, John Knight, welcome. Welcome, 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 my love. Big Mama says, all the departments. Talk your shit, Big Mama. All of the departments who fucked up and didn't protect this baby or none of the kids. Sent them all down that same river that he claimed he threw it in. Melissa says, I feel that we're all working together. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the sad part about it is we're able to see it claim his day. Cornell said Bucket got mad and fell out with me, but didn't say shit to Jarvis Butts. Cornell, did that make you feel some type of way? Because Cornell, if we want to be truthful, they none ain't told Jarvis Butts nothing. You know why? Because they're part of the play as well. This shit has been scripted. It has been scripted. And they were all a part of the script. Absolutely, Cornell, stop making excuses for Lady. Lady could have done better. Long time ago. Long time ago. Pretty Wing says, Judge Sabri was the only official who spoke the truth on getting justice for Naziyah. Absolutely. But you know what, Pretty Wings? I think that was all scripted as well. Not her emotions, not her feelings. I'm not saying that's scripted at all. What I'm saying is scripted is the plot and the ploy to put her in position only for the preliminary. Because they knew if she would have been the judge, the sitting judge, for all of this, oh yeah, we wouldn't be where we are today. So let's give this, let me show you how they operate. Because as we know, Kim Worthless ain't shit. Let's get this little black lady a chance to do a little something in this case so it don't seem like we biased. Let's give this little black lady a chance so it don't seem like, we done fixed this all up. And that was the role she played. Because they knew, had this lady carried this shit out beyond the preliminary, she would have rocked all of them's world. This is sad. Big Mama says they better jam pack that court. Big Mama, tomorrow's going to tell a story. Big Mama said they better jam pack that court. No excuses. I had plans to fly up to the trial on one of those days, and they canceled. So if their funky ass is in Detroit, go represent Naziyah. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is insane. To be okay, right? And not make noise. Let me tell you. Couldn't be mine. You were supposed to sound like you were at a football game, a basketball game, every day that she's been gone. But this family chose to remain silent. And this is the excuse they give us. Right? We working behind the scenes. What? You know what? Moca, shut the hell up. They said they're working behind the scenes. Y'all was working behind the scenes when everything that happened to those children happened. See what working behind the scenes get you? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Oof. Hey, Rod. Ooh, child. This is too much. Cornell said he in the bushes watching. Of course they are, Cornell. I'm going to highlight it just because. Cornell said to be in the bushes watching. I'm aware of that. Really, I am. Cornell said Bucky highlighted his comment and got mad at what he said. But you know what bothers me, Cornell, with that? Nothing. Because the only time a person gets shook, the only time a person wants to come out swinging and fighting and batting at the world is when the truth hurts. There's no love lost there, Cornell. None, Miss. Oh, I see you, my love. Bubanga said it's not justice. It's not justice. Because where the fuck is Naziyah? Now, come on. Come on. But y'all want to sit up here and take subscribers, content creators, comments, and be messy about it. No, don't do that, baby. Please don't do that. Because all that energy, again, like I said, all that energy that's going into content creators and subscribers and how they feel and what they think, that should be your least worry. That should be your least worry. Because had y'all done what y'all should have done when y'all was supposed to do it, we wouldn't be here today. Because all eyes would have been on those children. Especially knowing the environment that they were in. Because all y'all grew up in that sick, nasty, demented environment with the matriarch, Auntie Annette. Y'all knew what time of day it was over there. Yes, Annette is guilty. Shannon and Marquita is too. But y'all are too. And I'm not going to ever change that part. Because we should not be in a space today of saying, where is Naziyah? because Naziyah should have been protected. If you were a real one, let's keep it real. If you were a real one and you suspected A, B, C, and D was going on, and you reported it, and nothing was done, right? Let's look at it that way. Nothing was done. Child is still in that environment, right? So if the child is still in that environment, the very thing that you suspected is still going on. So how do you go to sleep at night? Knowing that a minor child that you suspect A, B, C, and D is going on with inappropriately is still happening because according to you, you reported and nothing was done. So you went to bed every night knowing that what you knew stayed right there. So you see me, I'm a different breed. Because even if it meant waiting for her at the bus stop, I would have took her. I would have accepted those charges. So people have been charged with worse. But if you all about doing the right thing and saving children, you would have done that. You would have done that. And you would have gave them every reason in the world as to why you did it. You would have forced their hands to do more. Because people just don't take children for nothing. You would have truly forced their hands. Oh, but I get it. She's not your child. I get it. Why would I put my own family in harm's way to save a little girl that ain't mine? Y'all are fucking weird. Y'all ain't playing with a dummy over here. Had you did the right thing, took the charge, what's one more charge added on to the ones you already had? Fuck. Yes, I took her. And this is why I took her. And I'll take her again and again and again and again until y'all do something. But oh no, not y'all. Ooh, child. Again, we have to make all this make sense. Leisure Lady said that family is, Leisure Lady said it best. Y'all are rotten to the core. And y'all get mad at the subscribers, get mad at content creators because of the things that they say. But we can't say the things that we say without knowing the things that y'all done and didn't do. Y'all added the disgust to this case. Shit. Tanya said they're all a bunch of lowlives. Rock said family will do you worse than ninjas in the street sometimes. In poor Naziyah's case, that's what happened. Leisure Lady said, I'm taking my ass back to the bushes because I'm furious with all of them. All of them. Because it's sad. Tony says, Hemworth has been sitting on her ass for 2 years. Getting paid. But she supposedly is an advocate for the children and the higher ups are paying her. But she's the one who gave Annette them kids. Answer me a question, Detroit. How is it that this lady stays in office? She's doing such a rotten job. I'm going to give y'all the answer, but I want Detroit, I want y'all to answer me. Right? How does this lady stay in office? She's doing a piss poor job. Children are coming up missing on her watch and nothing is being done. She don't work hard to give them the justice that they deserve. She's playing both sides of the fence. Good wig, bad wig. That's the side of the fence she's playing. I'm going to tell them what they want to hear to make it seem like I'm working. But then I'm behind the scenes doing what I do to make it seem like, hey, I got to do what I got to do to keep my position. What is it that y'all think is keeping this lady in office? Dirty money. Let's talk about it. Whatever Detroit is paying her, the enterprise is paying her much more to keep what they do out the spotlight. It goes back to what I said earlier today with all these children coming up missing in Detroit, around all of these little girls coming up missing. They're all in the same age bracket. Nothing is being said. Nothing is being done. And they just disappear without a trace. Somebody's going to make this shit make sense. Just like the little girl that recently disappeared with the pit bull. How the hell a pit bull go back home, but not the little girl? This makes no sense. Then when people get on the ballot to run against her, the enterprise steps in, shuts them down, offer them a little money. They're afraid of somebody with power coming in there and uncovering the real in Detroit. So before they get somebody that's honorable, somebody with integrity, somebody who wants to do the right thing to clean Detroit up, before they allow somebody to come in there and do that, they tamper with the elections. They shut the campaigns down before they really get off the ground. Because they gotta keep the dirty one in the seat. Y'all may not follow where Moca going with this, but it makes sense. This is crazy. So, these people, Annette and Shannon, Marquita, they were always at the center of everything. And I know by now, since this shit started, everybody has already formed their own opinion about Shannon, Annette, Marquita. And tomorrow, whether they say something or not, we are going to still be paying attention. Because Lord have mercy, if either one of them speak, shut the front door, y'all. Shut the front door. Because there's nothing that they could say on behalf of this child. They were the ones. They were the ones that got us here. Annette, Shannon, Marquita. That name, Harris Gamble, has been tied to too much confusion, too many lies, too many damn questions for folks to just sit back and act like tomorrow is just an ordinary day. No, ma'am. No, sir. This ain't one of them cases where people just tuning in for the sentences. No, and they're gonna go home. That's not how this shit gonna work. That's not how it's gonna work. Because tomorrow ain't just about Jarvis Butts getting sentenced. Because I know that's fake too. And yes, I said it. That's fake too. It's about the energy. The energy that's gonna be surrounding this case. And the energy that has surrounded this case. When people have spent this much time being discussed, side-eye, questioned, and talked about, oh yeah, we expect something. Because Shannon, I wish you would speak, bitch. Annette, no, no, no. And anybody else in connection, hell no. Kenyatta says, Cornell, you're right. The fact that they waited the next day to report her missing blows my mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at what Kim says. Kim Worthless. Lady, come on here and make this shit make sense, ma'am. How you charge Genesis mama with child endangerment? Ma'am. Y'all see what I'm saying? I need y'all opinions. I highlighted. It's on the screen. And I'll need your opinions on this. How can you charge one mother and you overlook a house of monsters? How do you do that? What's the connection? What's the relation? So Naziyah didn't matter? So what is it? Naziyah was a nobody? She wasn't important? Man, y'all full of shit. And I said that with my whole chest just now. Because this don't make sense. Right now, Detroit needs to be on every news station there is. Every news station that is for the corruption. This is it. Live and in living color. Naziyah needs justice. PJ said, Moca, it just breaks my heart to see how our own people could sit back on their ass and cover up for other higher up demons rather than protecting our children. PJ, absolutely. And the sad part, PJ, is we are looking at it unfold in real time. This is not about justice for the children. This is greed. This is monetary gain. This is power. This lady want to have power over the people. And playing a game with dirty people behind the scenes while our children are coming up missing is the game that's being played. I don't give a goddamn who don't like what Moca said. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. And if you don't see it, maybe you need to check yourself because you don't want to see it. How could you live in an environment and within a system that does the things that this city has been doing to children? And feeding these families these lies. We're looking. And years, centuries, decades pass, and these families still don't have an answer. Annette is comfortable. She don't want no answers. And the reason Annette is comfortable and is not looking forward to answers. The reason Shannon could have went have lemon drops and smoke. The reason Marquita could have went bought 2 small bunk beds for a house that didn't belong to her and lay comfortably without her own children. They did all of this shit without losing sleep because they all know where Naziyah is. They know. They know. This is sad. On all levels, this is sad. Hey, Nakisha, welcome. Carla Henry said they've been doing this for years because they allowed it, Carla Henry. Kenyatta, my girl said these kids is fighting by themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cornell said Annette was at the casino playing blackjack. I wonder if she had her damn glasses on. Sunshine, I see you, boo. Welcome, welcome. Tony says Moca. Oh, Moca. They need to strip Kim Worthley's ass of everything that she's involved in. Just like Dre ass was painting over the roach droppings in the next damn house. And we didn't make this up. Shaddai, welcome, boo. We didn't make this shit up. Annette need to hide from public places, knowing what she allowed to happen to Naziyah. No, she ain't gotta hide. You know why she's not hiding? You know why she don't mind walking out there in the public? Because she's protected by the system. Let's call it for what it is. She don't mind stepping out. She's protected by the system and she knows it. That's why she goes where she wants to freely. That's why Shannon moves around freely. That's why Marquita moves around freely. They're moving around freely because they're protected by the system. Moca, what you mean protected by the system? Anytime you have children in your care and children just mysteriously come up missing, unanswered for, nobody knows where they were, nobody knows where they are, no trace of them whatsoever. And then the family is afraid to speak up because then the family says, well, if we speak up, we're going to be another one. Because when you go against what the matriarch says, you come up missing. I've heard that too many times. So who's protecting the matriarch as these children come up missing on her watch? And why is it that the family members never told nobody what goes on the matriarch's watch? And in order to keep herself covered, the matriarch has gotten in a position to where she reports him as a runaway. Reporting him as a runaway has become her MO. And the system has gotten comfortable with that. They allow it. They allowed it. It's now acceptable behavior for her. This is sad. Kim says the judge needs to be ashamed of himself. He knows all of them lied. The dates and the times are not adding up because January 9th, there was no school on that day. They reported Naziyah missing. Corruption, corruption, corruption. And Kim, just like we see it, they see it. It's all part of the play. It's all a part of the play. Kenyatta crazy. She said she could see how to play blackjack, but couldn't see Jarvis in the courtroom. She didn't want to see Jarvis. She didn't want to see it. Beautiful Soul says, do you think we can get a Naziyah law? Absolutely. Absolutely. Connect with the right people. Put in the right paperwork. It's possible. That's why that So Safe family convinced me with the bullshit about what they're doing. Because whatever it is that they're doing, it shouldn't have took 2 years to get it done. Because absolutely, Carla Henry, our children matter. All children matter. Leanne, absolutely. 40 witnesses are 80 victims. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Leanne, yes, they hate me, girl. We know. I'm the conversation. They don't want the FBI. They don't want the FBI. Beverly, welcome, my love. They don't want the FBI nowhere around this. Nowhere around this. Nowhere. Because my thing has always been, if there's a victim impact statement to be read, what could Shannon, Annette, Marquita, or anybody for that matter say about Naziyah? Hey, D. Cross, welcome. Welcome, my love. What could they say on that child's behalf? When y'all the ones that put her in the position that she's in. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think anybody from that family has the right to stand up and say anything on Naziyah's behalf? And if tomorrow comes, and if Jarvis is only getting sentenced, then what happens to the other victims that's attached to the plea deal? Why have they been silenced and their stories not get told? I see y'all, hell no, nobody should say nothing. I agree. Hey, Samantha, welcome, boo. Samantha said, I organized a petition for Naziyah, but the FBI didn't seem to be interested. I wonder why. Everybody says, hell no. Nobody in that family should be able to put their mouth on that child one way or another. Jarvis Butts being sentenced. But all them victims that she hunt down, Miss Worthless hunt them down to tell them what happened. These people had to relive that trauma all over again, telling their story. Only for this to be the outcome? Something ain't right. Dayona, I see you, my love. Welcome to the chat booth. This is sad. And in Moca's opinion, although we're fighting, seeking justice for Naziyah, these other victims matter too. And I do believe, absolutely, Samantha, if it was Sue, if it was Becky, if it was Jill, they would have been all over it. Rock is definitely corruption, sis. These people, all these other victims deserves a voice. Why silence them? Do y'all think they're silencing them intentionally? If y'all think they're silencing these victims intentionally because they don't want the world, the people that's sitting in the court, the news people, the news reporters, the people that has press passes, those that's sitting there, do y'all think these people want all of this good gossip out? So do y'all believe that they're intentionally removing all of this? Oh, this weather is getting bad. I hear my wind chimes. This is sad. Because what took place behind closed doors, what took place to get us here is corruption. Because at the end of the day, we still don't know where Naziyah is. Those plea deals was negotiated, discussed, reviewed. They agreed on some shit behind closed doors that we'll never know about. But at the end of the day, Naziyah still sits in the center of all of this. All of this. And I'm going to say this before I close out. This has been 2 years of nothing. 2 years of nothing. There was never any intention for a jury. There was never any intention for the truth or accountability. And there was never clear evidence pointing to the fact that Naziyah is no longer here. Never. 2 years. And the questions are still sitting here. 2 years of hearings, fake updates, 2 years of conversation surrounding what happened to Naziyah. Tomorrow we're looking at a fake sentencing. I said fake. We're looking at a fake sentencing. But when people actually step back and look at the bigger picture, this shit is still very uncomfortable. There was never a moment in any of this where this case looked like it was heading toward a jury trial. There was never a moment in any of this where the public saw full courtroom presentation of evidence. That moment never happened. And the question that started this entire case is still sitting here tonight. Where is Naziyah? For 2 years, we've been following this case, listening to the updates. waiting for something, anything that felt like real answers. And yet, here we are on the night before sentencing. Realizing we walk into something and there's still no Naziyah. When a case like this could move through the system and never reaches a jury, that tells you everything you need to know. Because now you're wondering whether the full story was ever going to be laid out in front of the world in the first damn place. Jury trials is the moment that we all know everything gets put on the table. They knew a jury trial would force their hands for evidence, force their hands for the witnesses to be heard. Everything gets examined in the open. But that moment never came. That was a controlled moment on their part. Instead, they negotiated. And now you go from negotiation straight to sentencing. Something is wrong with that picture. Was this case ever, you see, now Moca has to ask herself a question. Was this case ever meant to reach that stage where the full truth gets fought out in front of the courtroom? But Moca believes that the legal process was always intended to move just like it moved. This is sad. And that's why people are still here. That's why people are still watching. That's why people are still talking, still asking questions. After 2 years, do y'all feel like we got any answers in this case? Let me know. Let me know. This is sad. Essie, my girl, Essie says, Moca, Naziyah will get her justice. God sit high and look low. She will get her justice. Naziyah, we're rooting for you, baby. Absolutely. No justice, no peace, baby. No justice, no peace. This ain't over. All these people did was expose their hands and showed the world, showed people outside of Detroit how they really operate. This is a slap in the face to all the little black girls that's walking Detroit, born and raised in Detroit, being reared in Detroit. That's letting them know you don't matter, baby. This is sad. What a message. What a message, Miss Advocator for Children. What a message to send to these children. This is sad. This is sad. This is truly sad. Absolutely not, Kenyatta. They will not live in peace. Peace is maybe, but not peace. Nola Bells and Bows, cousins and friends. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow we're going to let the courtroom do what it do, which ain't shit, because we done already peeped it out. But tonight, we sit here on the porch and had this conversation. And no matter what happens when that judge read that fake sentence, the questions that people carry about this case will not disappear overnight. Because we still want to know, where is Naziyah? And on that note, I'm out of here. Over here, the porch light stays on. The porch stays open. And the conversations will forever stay real. If you all have not hit that like button, please do so for your girl on the way out the door. I appreciate each and every one of you for pulling up. I appreciate each and every one of you for chiming in on the conversation. Stay tuned, because for whatever the breaking news is on tomorrow, we're coming with it. We're coming with it. Let's leave out of here tonight, y'all. Flooding the chat with hearts for Naziyah. Naziyah, baby girl, we see you, we hear you, and we see the corruption behind your name. And we're going to speak and continue speaking, because justice is yours. It's yours and it's coming. Good night, everyone. God bless you.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Moca in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the chat gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the NOLA where the soul don't break. Moca built the lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love. It's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh, no, no bellows, the work ain't done. Moca leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done.
Good night, everyone. God bless. Keep your ears and your eyes open. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. You all have a beautiful night. God bless.